I knew a guy who had to like build a nest while we're having sex.
Build a nest?
Like he has to put pillows all around us.
What the fuck?
And like blankets and then pillows.
He built a fort for you guys to have sex?
Pretty much.
Welcome back to Big Mood, everyone. We have a beautiful guest here named Stacey Diaz.
Hi, yay!
Yay! Okay, so today,
Other really beautiful people
Anyway,
are here
you're
as
important.
well.
I love you and you matter. Who's here?
But am I beautiful?
You're okay. No,
Gina's here.
Nikki is here, present.
Present.
and Tiffany.
Yay.
Wait, that was weird. Gross. And Tiff.
I like your self-editing.
Yeah.
Wait.
I'm like, wait,
No,
ew,
take
cut
two.
that. I don't know. Every time I call myself Tiffany, it just feels gross.
I love Tiffany. Tiffany Blue.
Yeah.
I get it. I never call myself Nicole.
Yeah,
Nicole
right?
sounds
It's weird.
nice.
I know. It just
is
sounds like my
pretty.
in trouble name in my head, though.
Really? I
Yeah.
completely forgot that that's your real name.
Right? Same.
That's weird.
I never remember. It's my name.
Nicole sounds grown and exotic.
Does,
I like
right?
Nicole.
When I have kids, I'll introduce like to their friends as or to their parents, I'll be like, I'm Nicole Green.
Oh, I like
that
that.
sounds
Yes. I like that.
I know it sounds like Gina and Stacey are short for other names.
Regina.
Oh, duh.
Oh yeah, that wait, is that your
Vagina.
name?
No. Vagina.
Oh,
No.
I don't know what's Anastasia. That's what Stacey's short for. Yeah.
Okay.
Stacey
light
comes
bulbs
from
went on.
Anastasia. Yeah.
Why is the nickname for Richard Dick?
I know, right?
I don't
have
understand
no
that.
idea.
Or the nickname for William is Bill.
Bill. Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
what about Francisco? Do you guys know it?
Francisco?
Pancho.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, where do you get that from? I have no idea.
Really?
It's Mexico. I don't know everywhere else, but yeah.
Yeah. You know
Francisco.
the Flintstones? What was the Flintstones name? The dude, the main guy?
Fred.
Barney and
Fred?
Fred?
Okay, in Spanish, his name is Pedro.
You guys, for the longest time, I didn't know Topher was short for Christopher.
Yeah.
Topher? Who's
Yeah,
called
like
Topher?
Topher Grace from that 70s
Yeah, that
show.
70s
Oh yeah, I
show,
have.
dude.
I'm
Okay.
sorry guys. I don't
You
know
should call
English.
yourself
Got
Topher.
Tofu.
Ever.
Got sidetracked a bit. Sorry. All right, guys. So today we're going to be talking about the mental blocks that women feel that make it harder for them to enjoy sex.
Ooh.
Okay. So
I have answers, but go ahead.
yeah. All right. So these are mental blocks that women have encountered during sex. And so the first one says, for me, it's the constant pressure that I need to orgasm during sex. If I'm constantly asked, are you going to come yet? It takes away the pleasure part of it and I get stressed.
Yep.
The sex can't feel like a chore either because if I don't feel the intimacy part of it, I lose all pleasure. I'm very into my emotions with sex, so I can't do emotionless sex at all. Foreplay before helps build me up for a lot of pleasure during sex, and sometimes a vibrator during penetration helps a lot too. I relate 100% to this.
I relate partially.
100. Well, okay,
I really.
partially because I don't get asked, have you come yet?
Oh, that's the only part I relate to.
That's the only part I don't relate to.
Okay, yeah, like I don't, like I had to tell Steve because before, like I like being dominated, like you know, she can relate. And one of the things that Steve used to do is be like, you got to ask permission before you come, you know, like that kind of thing. And so it's like, are you going to come? Are you going to come? Are you going to come? You better ask me. You better. And I'm like, look, I like the dominance part, but I can't come if it's interrupted. Like it's like this process. So if I'm like about to come, I can't stop and ask for it or else it's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
And so he stopped asking me that and I started coming again in
Yeah.
bed.
I
But
just feel rushed if you keep asking
yeah, I
me.
can feel rushed.
It's like, let me chill for a second.
And I feel like you need it more than me.
Yeah.
And so I want to make you feel better by coming. And so that's what led to faking orgasms.
Wait, so I feel like it's pretty apparent when I'm done.
Yeah.
Is it not? Like I feel like you could tell.
Right? Like,
Yeah,
stop
like how can
asking
you,
me.
Yeah, like can you not feel anything?
Yeah, that's
you know?
true.
I never really
No,
get asked
they want to
that.
know the exact moment that they caused you to come.
Or maybe they're waiting for you to come so you could come together because that's a beautiful moment.
It is.
That is nice.
That's
I like
very
that.
romantic, Tiff.
I personally like that.
I'm sure that's what that's what
it.
the guy is thinking.
Yeah, they are. That's what they're thinking.
Because I mean, if they know what it feels like, they know it's magical.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a moment of love.
That's only happened to
It
me
is.
once in my life.
Really?
What?
Like at the same time?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
Wow. But yeah, don't rush me. Like I'll get there when I get there, and
You'll be
you're
able
gonna
to tell.
You're gonna know when I get there. So stop asking.
I also
me.
prefer coming orally first.
Oh.
And then the sex feels way better and I'm able to get there faster.
So that's where my mental block comes from, because it's very hard for me to come orally. So like if for a while I would struggle, like, oh God, it's taking too long. Are you tired? I'm so sorry. Like, you don't have to do this, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. You have to be reassured by them that they're like, no, I don't care how long it takes, just take your time. Don't even think about it. Like I had to be really reassured with that. And I also, I have to think about things while I do it. Like I need to have like pictures playing that turn me on while I am being taken care of.
Yeah.
Like, what do you picture? Can I know?
I picture
visual?
like really disgusting scenarios.
Oh, okay, but with your partner.
Yes, with my partner.
Oh, okay, I'm like, are you picturing
I'm
something
picturing
else? Someone else?
No, I'm picturing being completely dominated.
Got it.
Yeah.
That's like your thing.
Yeah, because it
As
feels
you're
like
getting completely dominated.
well, but when he's down there, I don't feel dominated.
Oh, oral.
I
Got
feel
it.
yeah,
Yes,
with
yes, yes,
oral.
yes.
Yeah,
You feel,
exactly.
Yeah, dominant.
Because it's almost
Down.
like he's down there.
Yeah.
And so I have to in my head be feeling like I'm being forced to do something or like whatever. I'm being like submissive in that way.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, next one. I shared a bedroom with my sister and a paper-thin wall with my mother growing up. I also broke the bathroom's lock to force my sister out of the bathroom one morning, and it took me a very long time to get the money to buy a new one and then learn how to replace it. So I basically had no privacy when I was at the age you discover your own body. Okay, that's what all that was.
Oh, I was like,
Yeah, I was like,
what's
what's,
to do with sex?
what's going on?
So my boyfriend broke a lock one time and it really just
Okay, so then she says, I was always super afraid of being hurt or walked in on, and it stayed with me until today. I need to be sure to have complete and total privacy to relax enough to finish. I relate hard to this.
Really?
Especially because, well, mine's sad, but I've had a lot of trauma with my privacy.
Right.
So
yeah.
I completely relate to this.
So what do you have to do to make sure you're like, like for example, do you guys have to be at home alone?
Have you seen
or-
their bedroom? They have like 16 deadbolts on the door. It's crazy.
It's true. Just kidding. They're all from the outside.
It's a soundproof room.
Soundproof room. Yeah, it's wild.
No, yeah. So like for that reason, like that's why I've talked about in the past where like quiet sex is what really turns me on, or at least used to turn me on, because now I'm not really there anymore fully, because I think I've outgrown like a lot of this trauma. Like there's been more time. I've been going to therapy. Like it doesn't have to be
Got a
completely
little bit more
quiet.
vocal, huh?
But I will only be vocal though if we're the only people in the house.
Poor eyes.
Like I still have to
Or
be.
if the washing machine's on.
No, I still won't be vocal. Like when the washing machine is on, we still have to be like,
Clothes getting clean because we getting dirty.
I'm so sorry, Isaac. I'm sorry.
well,
He's doing it too.
No.
stop it. I don't want to go there. I'm like, Jess isn't here to back me up with that. No, but yeah, so it's that, right? Like me, through that trauma, I had to like have quiet sex. I had to make sure that we're completely alone because of that reason too. Like, for example, when we go on vacation and we'll have friends that are like, we're sharing an Airbnb together, and there'll be people that are like, oh yeah, we're gonna go fuck or whatever. It's like, whatever.
Who said that?
Like these two.
Yeah, I mean, I don't announce it. I don't need like.
look
I'm not saying they're announcing. I'm not saying they're announcing, but
rat
like,
me out.
They had sex in the room next to me, and I thought the earth was shaking, and I cried
That
myself
wasn't
to sleep.
us. The earth shook.
we really thought there was people like stomping up the stairs because it was
The
like
earth shook to sexy music. I'm telling you.
Never in my life, never in my life have I ever thought that I would hear Steve Green orgasm, but here we are. I'm still in therapy for it.
Listen, that's your fault for hearing.
Boundaries. Boundaries.
okay, but
We
like,
were very drunk.
yeah, they were really drunk.
Like, did you make sure everybody else was drunk?
Please love me.
Like, everybody take shots. Woo,
No.
and then go.
They should provide goodie bags with earplugs.
Yeah.
That's funny. Oh, kind of like the parents that have a toddler in an airplane.
Well, they weren't even safe, and they were 2 levels above.
2 levels.
The house shook.
very big house.
It's their fault for building a shoddy ass cabin. Build some foundation. Okay?
Oh my God.
No, but like
I'm
not
gonna
even,
test it.
not even just like them, right? Like, you know, we've have shared homes with other couples, and
Right.
they're like, oh yeah, we did it last night or whatever the fuck.
I think we did it is different than we're on our way.
No,
Imagine it.
I exaggerated.
I didn't tell them.
I exaggerated.
Just
No,
built
no.
the house.
Yeah, it's different. Don't announce it. If I hear it,
No one's
it's
announced it. Let me
wherever.
clear that up. The point is, other people can have sex where their friends are in the same home.
Yeah.
I can't.
Oh, I could do that.
I can't.
I'm not announcing it, but I could
As
do
long
it.
as they're not in the same room.
Yes.
No, I can't. I can't in the same house.
Because you like if we go on vacation and we're there 3 weeks, you're not gonna do it.
No.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy. So remind me
You're
to
not even
never
gonna sneak
share.
off to a bush or something?
You know what? When I
The
was
shower?
younger, like when I was younger though, and like when I was way more hornier, like I could. But no, now it's like we're married, we have our own house, we could wait, like chill, you know?
See,
Fine.
I get turned on. Like I've tried to get Steve to have sex with me in public because, like, in restrooms, like where we could get caught, where there's like the possibility of getting caught. I love that shit, but he hates it. He
That's a
won't do
scary
it.
kink, girl. You could be like, what is it called?
Sex offender.
Yeah, you could be registered as a sex offender if you get caught. It's consensual sex between two people, and you could still get registered.
Public.
I'll be like, I don't know him.
No, even worse.
I'm not in trouble, right?
Oh my God. Even worse. Just it's true. Yeah,
It's true, though.
That's a dangerous kink.
No, I know. It's like, hey,
dangerous,
listen.
but I feel like that's healthier.
If the cop was understanding, I'd be like, we've been having problems and I didn't know we
Yeah,
were going to make
definitely
up
play it
right
off.
here, right now, but it just got caught in the moment.
But you know what? I'm inconsistent because I could have sex in a car.
Maybe because that's private.
Oh, it's private.
There's no one else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, 'cause
Like,
it's
you
so
don't have,
public.
you can't get walked in on by anyone that you know.
Yeah, and it's your car, so you feel like it's your space.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's nothing wrong with you. I mean, everybody has their preferences.
I knew a guy who had to like build a nest while we're having sex.
Build a nest.
Like he
Excuse
has to
me?
put pillows all around us.
What the
him,
fuck?
And like blankets and then pillows.
He built a fort for you guys to
Yeah,
have sex?
pretty much. And
That's
then
nice.
the first time we had sex, I was like,
No.
You're like, I like this.
Did he also have to wear
I think I
Batman
would like
jammies?
that.
Wait, hold on. I need to ask. Wait, what was your question?
Did he also have to wear Batman jammies? Like, what were the parameters?
I was like a 4. It feels protected.
he hangs up lights.
I'm like,
Wait, I picture this fort being built as you're having sex, and then you didn't realize until you finished.
No.
He's like boogie. He's like Bill Hammers. He's building.
That's why, with your look, I was like, wait, you didn't know this was happening?
She looks around. She's like, wow.
It's like Minecraft and shit.
Because I realized while he was on top, he was pulling pillows all around. I'm like, okay. But then like we would like shift around, and like when I'm on top, he would also grab pillows
Okay,
around.
so he was fucking and building.
Yeah, wait,
Yeah, right? So he was building a
Fucking
little
and
nest.
building.
Yeah, so I was, and then afterwards, this was like I noticed it the first time we had sex. Afterwards, I was like, "So you build a little nest when you're having sex?" He's like, "Yeah, I like to be comfortable."
that's
That's
nice.
funny.
Don't judge
It was in his
I'm
race
not
car
judging. It's
bag.
really cute.
Yeah,
It's
we approve forts.
It's adorable. So he
Yeah,
has
I'm
like,
just here to judge and be supportive.
At
of
least there's a
everybody.
man that has extra pillows around. I get
Yeah.
shit for that.
true.
People, my husband bags on me for having so many pillows, but this man,
Yeah.
I can relate to.
You can't do that one flat yellow pillow.
Yeah.
You've had since college.
You.
Gross. So no one else relates with the privacy thing?
I think personally, no. No, but the only thing is, for example, obviously I have a roommate and my fiance stays over all the time. And so that's not a problem for us. To me, it's just kind of like, well, I'm in my own personal space and
Yeah.
we're doing our thing. Like if we were to go on vacation, I would try to be quiet. I'm not going to be like, woo.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Well, so then at home you're woo.
Like if your sister's home.
it's
She pays half the rent.
yeah. I mean, to him, you know, it's not like I'm like, hear me, everybody in the neighborhood, but I'm still enjoying my experience and making sure he's enjoying his experience because it's my home, you know? And I think that's your moment that you have with each other. And if we were to go on vacation and like we all went and we had our own room, I would just be like, okay, let's try to be a little more quiet. But
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it because there's people in the house, you know? Because I love him.
Like, I don't want to feel inhibited in my own house.
Yeah.
But I've also haven't dealt with it because so you were living with your family and then you had Isaac. So you, like you said, you've never lived alone.
Never.
I went from living with a boyfriend to living with a boyfriend to living with a husband. Like, so I've never lived with roommates or anything. My house is my house.
Alone,
I've only had my house with my boyfriend. Yeah. The only time I had to sneak around was when I was in high school living with my parents.
That was my
And
whole life.
it was inhibiting. Like
That.
I didn't like that. I felt oppressed. I felt sexually oppressed. So we go to the back to the parking lot of the Costco, and yeah, I did a lot of car sex. And I had pillows, and I had the thing that blocks the windshield. I made up my own little fort in my car, and we also had like the whole. So the back seat was like set up like a couch, and it had blankets, and it was
Cool.
like
Comfy.
And he was short, so like it was fine.
worked.
It worked. We were both short. Couldn't do that with Steve.
I'm like, I don't mind sex in public or other people in the house, but for some reason I get like, I really don't want you guys to hear me, so I try to be really quiet.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. It's like a weird.
It's
like,
just courteous of
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I don't want people to hear me if I'm.
That's
so
not
if
what
I'm
we heard.
around other people, I didn't want them to. They listened.
They're outside.
I was very drunk. Drunk
Nikki
because
doesn't
she's
care.
different.
Yeah.
I don't control her.
Or like even if the bed's making too much noise, I'm like, oh.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I feel that.
Dude, that takes me out. That's
Yeah.
a mental block for me. Like if the bed is shaking too much or it's too crazy or like,
You can get up.
like I'm like removed from sex.
Unless he reassures me, like, oh, I don't care, you're so hot, let's whatever. I'm like,
I
okay,
can't do
fine.
it because we share a wall with our neighbors right here, and that's where our bed leans up against. And like I told you, like since we changed the carpet out for hardwood floors upstairs, the bed moves completely.
Oh.
So
And
it sounds like our cabin.
As soon as it starts hitting, I do get taken out of it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
the neighbors.
Yeah.
Like, don't wake them up. I just think it's rude to be woken up on a weekday, like after midnight at any time, and that's usually like when it's happening. So
That's nice.
yeah, I don't like that.
Considerate.
Yeah, be considerate. And if I was in public, I definitely
I'm
wouldn't want to be
over-considerate.
caught. It's the possibility of being caught, so I wouldn't be loud.
Yeah.
I'd be
Yeah.
like, shh, we're
Yeah.
secret. It's secret. Yeah.
Yeah, so the hotness of that is kind of like me, but then the considerate part of it is
Yeah.
overly with me.
Yeah, that will take you out of the sexy
I'm like, did I
feeling.
make sense? Because I didn't really say a lot of words, but did
Yeah,
that make sense?
I feel you.
Your feelings are valid,
Yeah.
regardless of what they are.
Absolutely.
you.
Yeah. For those of you who are boning, you don't want to have crotch goblins. I'm looking at you.
Hey, I'm
There's
about to have two.
There's the Pill Club. It's a birth control delivery service. If you're on birth control, remembering to take your pill is already enough work. That's why I got the implant in my arm, because if I had to remember to take pills, I would be pregnant every month.
You have to associate it with an activity you do every day, like brushing your teeth. It's like I brush my teeth,
okay.
I take my pill.
Yeah. So forget going to the doctor in person to get your prescription and picking it up from the pharmacy. The Pill Club wants to help take the work out of taking care of yourself. The Pill Club is a birth control subscription prescribed by a medical professional and delivered straight to your door for free. So you don't have to go to those doctor appointments anymore and wait for 3 hours long. The Pill Club carries over 120 FDA-approved brands. Most brands of birth control are free with insurance or Medicaid. Otherwise, prices start as low as $7 a month without insurance. The Pill Club delivers birth control to your door for free in discreet packaging, and their licensed medical team is just a text away to give you the best reproductive health care. So skip the office visit and waiting in line at the pharmacy and join the club. Right now, when you go to thepillclub.com/bigmood, the Pill Club is offering a $10 donation to bedsider.org for every Big Mood listener who becomes a patient. Your donation will help low-income individuals get access to birth control through bedsider.org, and we love that. Yeah. That's thepillclub.com/bigmood to get your first birth control care package and donate to help more women in need of affordable birth control. Remember, it's thepillclub.com/bigmood, and you must use the link to make the donation. Help someone out.
Yeah, so
No
forget-
babies. No babies crawling out of you, all right?
Too late.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
So scary.
No,
I love your baby.
Thank you. Okay, good.
Crawling
So
out.
you can get your birth control delivered right to your door, and also you can get food with DoorDash.
Don't get them mixed up.
DoorDash connects you with restaurants you love right now and right to your door. And now you can get the grocery essentials you need with DoorDash too.
Hooray.
Get drinks, snacks, and other household items delivered in under an hour. Ordering is super easy. You just open the DoorDash app, you choose what you want from where you want, and your items will be left safely outside your door with the contactless delivery drop-off setting. With over 300,000 partners in the US, Puerto Rico, Canada, and Australia, you can support your neighborhood go-tos or choose from your favorite national restaurants like Popeyes,
Wendy's,
Chipotle, and
Cheesecake Factory.
There we go. For a limited time, our listeners can get 25% off and 0 delivery fees on their first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter code MOOD. That's 25% off up to a $10 value and 0 delivery fees on your first order when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and enter code MOOD. Don't forget, that's code MOOD for 25% off your first order with DoorDash. Subject to change, terms apply.
Yay.
All right, next one, ladies.
Let's see.
This one says, until a few years ago, I couldn't orgasm from sex with a partner, only through masturbation. This was due to the inability to trust men fully and to give myself completely because I was sexually assaulted as a teen.
Oh, no.
That's totally understandable.
Yeah.
I know, 100%.
And it also, like a lot of women don't orgasm during intercourse. Like, it's not like...
That needs to be normalized.
Yeah, exactly. Can we normalize that? Because it's like, yeah, you can. And like after a certain point of doing it, like maybe you get used to doing it, or some women do, but it's not like every woman can just orgasm during
Isn't
it.
there like a low percentage of women that actually orgasm from vaginal intercourse
Penetration.
only? Yeah, from penetration. Most women need the clitoris.
Clitoral.
Yeah.
To
Because
be
the dick has to hit it
stimulated.
just exactly right, and has to hit it repetitively enough till you orgasm vaginally. Otherwise, it's just easier to do it clitorally.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's way more nerves there and it's easier to access.
It's the only organ meant to make you orgasm. Men don't have that.
Yeah, well, they have a prostate, right?
They do, but
like their
the clitoris, I think the clitoris is the organ meant for that. Like it's like a little button there for you to orgasm. Like it has no other purpose but that.
Yeah, that's why in certain countries or maybe even religions, I can't remember right now, they'll castrate women.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's,
It's so
Yeah, it's like,
messed up.
jeez.
I have to orgasm clitorally. Literally. And I actually prefer doing it myself during sex, like while we're having sex, because like it
Like
just,
if he's behind?
yeah, or like a missionary also.
Oh.
And it's like simply because it's just more convenient. You know, it's like I can get
Less
it done
work.
faster, less
Yeah.
work. And
Do you ever use toys?
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. So it's just easier that way, and I don't have to worry about, oh, this is taking too long for me. Like I don't want you to have to worry about it. But also, like we were saying earlier, not every woman can orgasm easily. And then whenever a lot of times when guys are like, well, you know, I like, am I not good enough? Or am I
Yeah,
not?
they take it personally.
Yeah, it puts the pressure on us.
Oh,
yeah.
It's like,
So
it's
that's
not
why
personal.
we fake it.
Yeah, so we have to fake it. That's where all the faking orgasms
To save your
come from.
pride.
So, like, if a woman doesn't orgasm during sex with you, like, it could be pretty normal, you know?
yeah.
Or at least
is
ask. if
extremely
there's anything.
Orgasm, I mean, intercourse doesn't require an orgasm.
Yeah.
You can have sex without an orgasm, and that's okay. You know, a lot of people think that that's the end goal of intercourse, but it's not, you know, not for everybody. I follow a sex therapist on Instagram, and she always makes this little post, you know, that talk about different things. And for some people, they don't even want the orgasm, they just want the experience,
connection.
the connection. Yeah, everybody's different, of course, and we're not going to shame anybody for their personal sexual experience, but there is a lot of pressure on the orgasm.
Yes.
I think for men, the majority of the times that is their end goal.
Yeah.
For myself, I don't need it all the time. I just want the connection and to feel
me
the
too.
closeness. And if it happens, great. Which, when you're having sex, it's better to go at it from that perspective rather than come,
Yeah.
go right now, go right
You
now.
have to be
'Cause-
free to do it.
yeah, because you kind of have to be relaxed into it.
Totally agree.
Yeah, because even for the guys too, like they'll even get mental blocks because of the pressure too. Like
Yeah.
they also experience it.
Yeah.
What was it called again? Non-concordance? Something. Remember I talked about it?
Yeah, you
I
did with
forgot.
the Come As You Are
Yeah,
book.
Come As You Are by Emily Nagowski. Highly recommend it if you want to learn about women's sex experiences, fucking science about it, whatever. I'm
Yeah, it's
not
fucking
selling
science
this book.
people.
I'm not selling
Okay.
this book very well.
Nerds.
Anyway, I actually want to reread that book because like, I feel like I read it and I
You got some of the concepts.
Like I got some of it, but I feel like I'm
need a
missing so
refresher.
much of it.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
I
why I'm
didn't-
with a lot of books.
Yeah.
Because you kind of need, like, you'll read the same book again and you get new information because you only retain a certain amount of information from what you read.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, next one. This one says, for me, feelings of guilt/pressure can get in the way. Penetrative sex doesn't do it for me, but other acts like oral make it so that I'm the only one receiving pleasure, which makes me feel guilty.
Oh,
Additionally, being the sole focus can make me feel anxious and pressured to orgasm. This person is taking the time to do something especially for me, so I must make it worth their while. That's kind of what you were saying, Gina.
And then so that's where Nikki said earlier, they just need the reassurance. No, you're not taking too long and I can be down here all day. Don't worry. And then that makes us feel better.
Exactly.
You know, or like tell us like, I don't want to stop until
You can turn
orgasm.
that part of your mind off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the reassurance actually really helps.
That's so interesting. Why do we feel that? Like, what is wrong with receiving?
Right?
Because I think we're naturally the caregivers.
Yeah.
You know, and like biologically, like we're the nurturers, we're the caregivers, we're the ones like making sure
give,
everything's
give,
okay.
give.
We're the protective mama bears. But yeah, in the bedroom, it should be reciprocated too.
Right.
Yeah. But it's hard for us to turn that part of our brain off because we're so wired to make sure everyone's okay and we're taking care of everyone.
Yeah, for me too, like I just prefer penetrative sex over oral. Most
You
of
feel
the
more
time,
connected,
too.
right?
Yeah, it's like
Quite literally.
yeah, I mean, literally.
Your body is in my body.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like sometimes I'll just be like, it's okay, and I'll just pull them up. I'm like, it's okay.
I do that.
Let's
I do
get
that
this
too.
started.
I have to be in the right headspace for oral. Whereas
Yeah.
like, so sex for me, I tell Steve this all the time that like, I just like the thoughts to be fucked out of my head where like he's having sex with me so hard that like my brain can't think of thoughts. I can't
Yeah.
be worried about anything. Like I feel so like forced into the present because of how good the sex is, and I love that part. Whereas like the oral, like I have to be thinking about stuff. I have to be thinking of pictures and things that turn me on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I'm like, hey, we're good today.
Yeah.
Just fuck the thoughts out of my head.
Yeah. I'm like grabbing his hand. Come up.
Yeah.
Come up and join me.
Come to the promised land.
All right. Next one. I've only been able to orgasm with my fiance, but even then it's hit or miss. I can only like 50% of the time. I think my past partners, I wasn't really attracted to them or they didn't fulfill me emotionally. But with my fiance, sometimes the dogs are barking their heads off in the backyard or a good episode of Supernatural is playing in the background or I'm thinking about what I want for dinner. I get distracted easily and it takes a lot of focus sometimes. I do best early in the mornings when I'm sleepy and not worried about other things or right after a shower when I'm relaxed.
Oh, that's the end of the sentence.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's so natural because like,
I think, yeah, as women, we multitask.
yeah.
And we can think of 1,000 things at once. And I think the majority of men can only think at one thing at a time. So when they're focused on that is their whole focus.
Yeah.
And that is why a lot of men are visually turned on. Literally, they see you, boom, that's it, they're ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To where us, the majority of the time, we're like, I need you to tell me I'm pretty.
Sensual,
And then touch
yeah.
me and hug me. And then
Make
in
me feel
20 minutes,
safe.
I'll be into it.
That's where the whole like give me a back rub comes in.
Yeah.
That is
yeah.
very true because I remember in a relationship, my guy was like, you know, I feel like you haven't really been into sex lately. And I'm like, yeah, because my whatever just died.
Yeah.
You know? They're like, oh, like
Yeah.
they don't get it because they can only think of one thing at a time.
Yeah.
You know?
Or even like if we ever have an argument, my partner and I, if we have an argument, he'll want to mend things with sex. And to
Yeah.
me, it's like, we need
I
to
can't.
love
Yeah.
each other
Yeah.
first.
Yes.
Let's hug for an hour and then possibly
Yes.
I can think about this. But to them, that's the way to fix things. For me, at least, it's always been like, well, let's fix it, cuddle, love each other, and then we can get into
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah.
it's so weird though. The only way I've ever been able to just jump right into makeup sex is if the relationship itself was toxic. Like there was no mending it. All we had was
The sex.
Yeah.
That's why the sex felt so good because that's
But
the
then
only good
relation-
thing you had.
Exactly. Compatibility elsewhere in life, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
Non-existent.
just dude,
Yeah.
I will just be a fucking nun. I'm like, if the relationship is shit, there is
Well,
no
I didn't
sex.
know it was shit because I didn't know the difference between compatibility and chemistry, which a lot of people get confused with. They think, oh, if I have really good sex with this person, we connect in the bedroom, like we're compatible. Nope. And you can also like really connect everywhere else in life except for the bedroom. That means you have no chemistry. And the goal would be to find someone that fulfills both, or at least like in a balanced way, maybe a little bit of both.
And sex you can always get better at.
Yeah.
With your partner. That's like a thing you can work on and communicate. You know, people expect it to just be like a spark where everything's magic, but sometimes you can work your way to better sex.
Although if there's nothing there though, you're in trouble.
Yeah. I mean, you're probably not even, you wouldn't be dating this person,
like,
right?
well, I mean, one of my earlier boyfriends, the one that I moved to LA with, we were dating for 5 years, and you know, the first year and a half, you know, I liked sex, but it was just like the newness of a new guy, right? And then he was great on paper, like we were compatible, we had the same views in life, but I just never wanted to have sex with him. Like I just was not. He always wanted to have sex, and then he would take it really personally. And I would tell him it's not personal, but I didn't know that it actually was personal, because I actually just wasn't attracted to him sexually. Like there just wasn't any chemistry in the bedroom. But I loved him. I just wasn't maybe in love with him in that way. But I didn't know that because I was so young. So you don't know. You're like, wait, what's wrong with me? Is this how all relationships are? Because, you know, people are always like, oh, once you get married, the sex dies. That's not true, by the way. But, you know, I can see how that's true for a lot of people, because it's like maybe they weren't they were compatible, but they didn't have the chemistry, and they thought that that was just how it was.
Yeah.
Because I almost married him thinking that like we get along and we're comfortable and we're compatible. What if I never find that again?
Yeah.
You know, the sex, so yeah, I guess we could work on it, but it just wasn't. Like it made me want to puke thinking of having sex. Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I had a relationship like that too, where it's like we were talking about marriage, and he was like about to buy a ring, and then when he said that, he's like, I want to marry you, I'm saving up to get a ring. The first thought in my head was, well, I mean, couples eventually stop having sex anyways. So,
Yeah.
you know, I know. And then I caught myself. I was like, what am I thinking?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
no.
ingrained in us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I never followed through. I was like, I can't see myself being with someone who I don't enjoy sex with.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's so true.
It's a key component, at least for me. Not everyone, you know, it depends on your relationship and stuff, but I feel like to be fulfilled, like I need passion. I need that, you know, that I want to rip your clothes off sex thing.
Okay, next one. I feel a mental block when there's something really off with the person I'm having sex with, especially if I don't feel love, affection, or passion coming from that person while we're having it. If I feel the person is doing it like it's some kind of chore, then it's very hard for me to orgasm, or I just can't.
That makes sense.
For sure.
We can tell too. Like, you can tell when someone's just like
Not
going
into
through the
it.
motions.
Yeah.
Yeah. That doesn't make you feel good as a person.
No.
Also, not even just like the chore one, but also like having sex just to have sex and not even like, for me personally, and not connecting.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, oh, I'm not into this like at all.
that.
Yeah, like emotionless sex, like what a person earlier said.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it's just like, oh, I'm just trying to get off. Like,
yeah. No, can't do that.
I can't get off then.
yeah.
Yeah. Unless it's like a hookup, it's just lust. But that's not a relationship.
Right.
I remember like one of the guys that I've dated before, like he was like one of my first boyfriends in high school. And there's this one day where I was like, I was sick. I had like a cold. And he was like, are you sure you can't have sex though?
Oh.
And I was like, all right, this relationship's over. We're not doing this anymore.
Ew.
Right?
Yeah. His first instinct wasn't like, what can I get you?
Right? Yeah.
Damn. Ew.
Yeah.
Or like that's the same. I feel like that's the same thing as like when a woman gives birth and the first thing the guy asks the doctor is like, so when can she have sex again?
Yeah.
Right? Like that, if I ever hear that shit, I'm stabbing you with something in there. Or like I hear about nurses or whatever, doctors all the time where the husband says, oh, can you give her the husband stitch?
Yeah.
They want to knock you out when you say that.
Ew.
Yeah.
I have heard of that.
Yeah, I've seen some posts online where it's like the woman just gave birth, and so I remember seeing this TikTok where she was recording her baby daddy sleeping on the hospital bed, and she's like, he asked to switch places because he was so tired being up all night while I was giving birth, and she actually did it.
What
the
the-
comments were like,
She did it.
yeah.
Why?
And the
Holy
comments were like, what
crap.
the fuck are you doing?
It's
Ew.
a delusion for me.
Right?
Run.
How, like, imagine telling your baby mama that just gave birth saying, hey, I'm tired. Can I lay in the bed instead? Oh my God.
Okay, that's really bad, but I did hear because the baby was crying, so I'm like, oh, can you hand me the baby? I just had a fucking C-section. Like, can you hand me the baby? And he was like, oh, can't you get him?
Oh my God.
I'm like,
Imagine.
What?
Yeah.
excuse me,
Like
what?
the baby's just been born. You could already expect.
Where do they make dudes like this? No.
Okay, to give him a little credit, he was like fucking delusional because he's so tired. I don't want to
just
shit
got
on
cut
him.
open.
No.
I don't want to shit on him too hard, but
Do you know
but
him
yeah.
personally?
His
father
baby
of
daddy.
my son.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like the father.
wait, this was your story.
Yes.
Oh, I thought somebody you knew.
Oh Lord.
No, I was like, I just had a C-section.
Oh my
He's like,
God.
can't you get him? I'm like, are you kidding me? I yelled at him. He's like, oh.
Ew.
And he got up. He was like, oh yeah. He was just like out of it. But I fucking heard that though. I'm like, what?
I'll lose my mind.
I did yell for Steve to turn off my alarm this morning and he wasn't in the room. I was like, get it? Can you get it? Can you, but honey, get it? Can you get my
He
alarm?
wasn't in the room.
He wasn't in the room.
Well, you didn't just have a baby.
Yeah.
He
I
didn't
was
just
I'm
have
saying
a
I was
baby. Whatever.
delusional though because
Oh,
I was
yeah, yeah.
like, I wasn't awake.
Exactly.
I didn't realize he wasn't there.
Wow.
Okay, next one. This one's a little long. It says, I was on an antidepressant that killed my sex drive, which my partner was initially understanding about. But then when we did have sex, it was a massive deal to him. I began dreading the conversation that followed about how great the sex was and how we should do it more often because I just proved that I could do it if I tried, which made me feel pressured to have sex, which killed my sex drive even more. It was a vicious cycle and it killed our relationship because every time we were intimate, non-sexually, like parentheses, just as laying in bed cuddling, I felt that he was only doing it to hopefully lead to sex. It got to the point where it was causing arguments in every aspect of our relationship and I ended things.
Yeah, I mean, I think the common theme here is pressure.
Right.
Yeah.
Too much pressure.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of tough because, for example, when somebody is medically not wanting to have sex, like in this scenario, obviously in a partnership, there's two people and the other person also wants their needs met. So when do you give and when do you take? And at what point is too much from either end? Because you can expect a sexual being that is your partner to just go without sex for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, at some point, I feel like it's not forced, but you do have to make an effort to try and meet their sexual needs. Because if I feel like there's this thing in lesbian couples that's called, I forgot what it's called, but eventually it said that older lesbian couples go without sex because neither women want it. Like they're comfortable without it. They're like, meh, I don't really want sex. I don't really want sex. Because in heterosexual relationships, the majority of the time, it's the man who's pushing for it. Like, oh, come on, let's go. Or like, oh, I'll rub your feet. I'll do whatever you want. I'll buy you cake or whatever. Or whatever turns you on. And it's interesting because at what point do you give too much or do you push yourself to be like, all right, I'll put my best foot forward? And at what point is he like, you know, like when does the relationship fall apart or who's giving too much and who's not getting enough?
Yeah.
That's kind of my question, I guess I would say.
I think that's super valid because, like I said, like you said, in the lesbian relationships, like they're like, we don't need it. So if both parties agree that they don't really need that, that's not an important factor in their life, then cool.
Yeah,
then you're compatible.
it works.
Yeah, it works. But if you need sex, like most people do, I think to me, it's a deal breaker. And it has been a deal breaker before. Like that one boyfriend, I was like on that end of, I didn't want sex. And so it was really hard for me to break up with him because there was nothing wrong in our relationship, but I knew it wasn't the right fit because I want to have sex.
Yeah.
Just not with him. And then I was in another relationship where he didn't want to have sex with me and I constantly wanted to have sex. And we had to break up because I was like, this isn't going to work. Like, I need that. That's something that makes me feel loved. Physical touch makes me feel loved. It's one of my love languages.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just all dependent on the people in the relationship, but it's hard when one party wants it and the other one doesn't.
Yeah. And I think a lot of times couples who have been married for a long time run into this issue where for the majority of the time, the wife is the one that's like, I could really go without it for once every 2 weeks, once a month. And of course, healthy relationships, quote unquote, should probably be having sex more often than that. And obviously the husband is in this place where they're like, I want it all the time. And the more you keep it away from me, the more that I want it. So I think I don't have the answer for it. I don't either. I haven't read enough about the topic, but it's just very interesting how as women, a lot of the times we fall into this slower cycle and men are like on a faster need.
Yeah, it swung both ways for me. So I don't know if it's men and women. Like currently like our past dry spell was like, you know, me wanting it all the time, but he threw out his back and he had like physical pain, and he's not very vocal when he's in pain. So I didn't know how bad it was. And I was just getting upset that we weren't having sex more. But I understand that, like, I don't know, like I've also been on the other end where I was the one not wanting sex. I think in either case, if I'm on the end where the other person's pressuring me, it makes me want it less and less and less.
Yeah.
And if I'm on the end where I'm getting denied it, it makes me want it more and more and more. And both ends are so frustrating.
That's so true.
I'm that person. Like in the beginning of sex, in the beginning of the relationship, I want sex all the time.
Yeah.
And then after a while, it's like, okay, this is
It simmers
chill.
down.
It simmers down, but then they still really want it.
Yeah.
And then that is a little bit of pressure too. It's just like, oh crap, I have to perform, you know? And like, it's not anything personal. It's just now I'm like, I love you. And I just want cuddles and love, you know?
Yeah. I think a lot of women can relate to that.
That's true.
Yeah.
Steve has a theory that once you get too involved in a relationship, people start letting their guards down, and it ruins the magic of sex. Like, you know, bathroom habits and farting.
Oh, I agree in that theory with
burping.
Steve all the way through.
Exactly. Me too. I'm a converter because I used to think
Yes,
the
girl.
thing everyone thinks is like, once you're comfortable around each other, you can fart, you can
Hell no.
do
We have a hard no
I would
farting
break
rule
up.
in our marriage.
Yeah.
No.
But honestly, this is the first time that we have kept that shit secret. And I want sex more than ever. And we've been together for almost 10 years.
Yeah. I do not fart in front of my significant
Me
other.
neither.
No.
And there's no
And he doesn't
shade.
do it in front of me.
Do your significant others fart in front of you?
Yes.
See, that's the thing.
Yeah, that's a bad.
And you're the one where the
I mean,
sex
for
dies
me.
first, right?
Yeah.
That might be.
Because then you kind of see them as like,
You're like my dad now.
Yeah.
Like you're farting in
Like-
front of me. You're like my brother. You're like my
Yeah.
dad. It becomes less like you're putting an effort from you. You're trying to like put your
Exactly.
best foot forward.
Right.
yeah, there has to be some sort of magic of
Yeah.
like a curtain of mystery.
Right.
I don't want to look behind it. I
I
don't want to
full
know.
on agree with that now.
Yeah.
I'm a believer. I used to fight him on it. I used to be like, come on, like that can't be real. He's like, no, I swear.
Yeah.
And I don't care what you think. I'm never gonna let you hear me fart
Or see
smell
my
my
butthole.
fart. Yeah. He lights a candle. He never.
That's good.
I never have smelled anything
Oh.
or heard anything.
Yeah,
love
I was the one who introduced that idea in our relationship because of my previous relationships. I'm like, I immediately got disgusted by them and like hearing them fart and like
Yeah.
just having them like purposely do it too, and it just
No.
like
It's
it felt so
subconscious.
disrespectful
Hell
too.
no.
Yeah.
So I'm like, like early on in our relationship, I'm like, no, can we not go there? I don't want to ruin it.
Even if you're like a chill girl, because I was like, whatever, I'm cool. Like he farts, okay,
I'm
I'll
not a
fart
chill
too,
girl.
whatever. But no, like it subconsciously deteriorates. That
I'm an
sexual-
unchill girl.
I never thought about this.
Not chill at all whatsoever. Hiding until here. I live by that.
What about peeing? Because for me personally, I'm like, I could pee in front of him. He could pee in front of me.
Yeah,
it's no big
peeing's
deal.
fine.
Peeing's fine.
But pooping is off the table.
No.
Yeah,
Fuck
no.
no.
I
Disgusting.
don't mind peeing in front of him, but he doesn't like it.
But
So-
I could hear him.
Yeah.
And it
yeah.
won't
That's
bother
fine.
me.
So there's
Yeah.
a rule. It's like if you're in the bathroom and the other partner happens to hear it, that's on them. Because
Yeah.
like you're in the bathroom
Yeah.
doing
Close
your thing.
to everything.
Yeah,
You're in
it
a
doesn't
hotel
bother
room.
me.
You can't help
Yeah,
that.
Danny won't pee in
Yeah.
front of me either. He doesn't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll pee. I pee all the time. Like that's ever since I was a child. Like I need
love
to
to
pee
pee.
everywhere. Like I've even like well,
I pee on everything.
no, we're literally even driving to Vegas one time and I had to pull over twice. Like my bladder is this small.
Yeah.
So
That's how
like
Jess is
with
too.
that, I feel like it's just a little better. You know,
That's
like the whole
different, yeah.
farting thing to me, it's just disgusting. It
Yeah.
smells.
Yeah.
I don't want to picture. I don't want to smell it. Like I literally lick you. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I'm all about smells too. And
too.
dude, and in the past when I'd be vocal about this, I got ridiculed, but whatever. I'm glad I'm around people that agree now.
The most successful relationship I've ever had is like we have not farted around each other, and I want to bone his body.
Yep.
Or his bone in my body. I don't know. How
Do
it
I have
works.
to just halfway through the relationship just call him up and be like, hey, I just learned something new today.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
New rule.
New rule, no more farting.
Yeah.
Speaking of healthy habits, developing good habits, not the ones that are farty. Noom is one of our sponsors today, and they're a healthy habit weight loss program. I don't know about you, but I've tried a lot of restrictive programs, from calorie counting to, keto to, so many of those like restrictive ones where you're just like, what can I eat? And then I learned that it's not necessarily what you're eating if you're having a balanced diet, but more so your bad habits that are that are inhibiting you from reaching your goals. And a lot of times we don't know what our bad habits are, especially if they're psychological. So what Noom does is it takes your goals and it helps you understand why you're doing the things you're doing. Like, for example, I would stress eat all the time, and I didn't realize I was doing that until I broke down like what I was eating and when and the reason why I was eating it. And it really made me think like, oh my God, like how often have I done this and not even realized that I was just overeating throughout the day? And then it works to break those blocks and help you develop good habits. It takes 10 minutes a day. They personalize it to what your goals and habits are. It uses a cognitive behavioral approach, which focuses on the why instead of the what to help change your relationship with food. And everybody's journey looks different. Noom customizes a program for you based on your personal goals. And 80% of Noom users finish the program, and over 60% have stuck with their goals for at least a year. Start building better habits for healthier long-term results. Sign up for your trial at noom.com/bigmood. That's NOOM.com/bigmood. Again, to sign up for your trial, go to noom.com/bigmood.
We talked about butts a lot today
Butts.
and farting.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
But also what else happens in butts?
They poop.
Poop. Poop. For those of you out there who hate pooping and you have to wipe like 16 times, I'm sorry, check your diet. But
And
Hello
also
Tushy,
shave your butthole.
yeah.
Oh.
Dingleberries.
Yep.
Ew.
If you have dingleberries,
We need to
have a
save this
solution for you.
relationship.
Use a razor and then get a bidet.
Yeah, you should get the Hello Tushy bidet. Hello Tushy is the modern bidet for people who poop. So all you have to do is just poop, wash, and pat dry. You don't have to wipe so many times. It washes your butt with water for a better clean than toilet paper, and washing is less irritating and more soothing for your butthole. It's also easy to install. It attaches in under 10 minutes, and you don't need electricity or plumbing. And also you save money because Hello Tushy bidet reduces your toilet paper use by 80%. And Hello Tushy doesn't only have bidets, they have a Hello Tushy Ottoman, which is the sleekest toilet stool designed to help you poop at 100%.
Pooping like a king out there.
Yeah. And then they also have the Hello Tushy brush. It's the toilet bowl brush, the only one with disposable scrubbing pads, so you can use a clean brush every time, which makes sense. So start washing with a Hello Tushy bidet for a better clean. Go to hellotushy.com/bigmood to get 10% off plus free shipping. This is a special offer for all of our listeners at hellotushy.com/bigmood for 10% off. And after you buy and install your Hello Tushy, show it off. Tag us, Big Mood, and at Hello Tushy on Instagram.
Yeah.
That way I can judge you and I'll know that you have a clean butt.
See your butt.
Yeah.
All right, next one. In order to orgasm, I need to be able to solely focus on the sensations I'm feeling. This is so me.
Yes.
Yeah?
I can't
Talk about it.
think about anything. Okay, let me finish this one.
Okay.
A mental block is anything that stops me from being able to achieve that focus. I think of it as something that takes me out of the moment. The mental block I've encountered most frequently in the past is if I'm hooking up with someone for the first time and I'm really concerned about whether he's enjoying himself. If
Yeah.
I'm thinking too much about whether he's enjoying it, I can't properly enjoy it myself. I haven't found a way to overcome it per se, but if I only sleep with people who I know value my pleasure, then I can more easily let myself go and enjoy the moment.
That makes sense.
1,000% me. Like solely focus on sensation. That's why like when I masturbate and stuff, like I don't ever look up porn or like I don't need external stimulation. I just need to focus on my own sensations.
I'm jealous of that. I definitely need a mental picture in my head of things going on or like hearing like words being said or something like that.
Yeah, that's
You're visual, and then you're sensing.
Yeah.
How do you say
So
that? You're
sensual.
Yeah.
sensual.
You're sensual.
So sensual.
Yeah, but that's valid.
Yeah,
I mean,
totally.
And it also makes sense that if she's going to partners who she's been with before, she's comfortable. So it's maybe more a comfort thing. Because when you're with somebody new, I'm sure you're like, oh my God, is this person like this? Do they not? Do I look like this? Do I look like that?
See, that's why you need a partner who has a dick that can fuck your thoughts out. You don't think about any of that.
I've read so many times that there are like women are so self-conscious about their bodies, about their roles and how they look like in bed and stuff. And it affects them so bad that they can't enjoy sex. But I've read many articles or people just say that, or guys say that what turns me on is when she's just
Confident.
completely confident, let loose, and enjoy herself.
Yeah.
But I understand it's hard to do.
I think the mindset shift has to be like, it's for your pleasure as well as his. So like, you just got to be there for you enjoying it. They wouldn't be there if they didn't want to be there.
I think also half the time, at least from my experience, it's always felt like they feel lucky to be there. So, you know, treat it that way. Like have enough confidence in yourself to know that it is a pleasure to experience you.
True.
And this person is happy to be here. You're not doing them any favors. And they're not doing you any favors. And they're not like, oh my God, how horrendous. I have to do this. I don't think any man that, I mean, I'm sure none of you guys have had that experience, right? All men are like, oh my God, you wonderful thing. Thank you for letting me enter you. Right?
You know what, though? That whole thing about being self-conscious about what they think. Because, like, especially when I was younger and, like, when Casey and I first started dating, like, I was so self-conscious of how I felt I looked like. But I don't know how to explain it, but it wasn't really about what he thought of what I looked. I mean, obviously it was. But
you just wanted to put your best foot forward.
It was more of me judging myself and like me visualizing what he was looking at.
Damn, girl, you were nowhere near the sexual experience.
No, I wasn't.
You were all in here.
No, fuck yeah, I was like so in here to the point where it led to like us incorporating a pillow in our sex act during that time because that was the only way I could even enjoy sex.
Wait, where was the pillow? On your face?
His.
Oh, whoa.
Wait, you were like, you ugly thing?
No, don't bring back that fucking hashtag. That's in the past. And I'm just sharing my experience because like that was a solution to help me get out of my own head.
So he couldn't see you.
Yes.
I thought because he was like, you were like, you hideous thing.
What? No.
Cover your face.
No, it wasn't for that. I mean, yeah, like that was like the improv blindfold.
I see.
It was like, yeah, like, can you just, it's throwing me off that you're looking at me because I can only picture what you're looking at when you see me.
You know, I get that way when I didn't choose to be caught undressed. Like, I don't like when Steve walks in on me when I'm changing. I get really pissed. I get actually like, it's not his fault. He doesn't like purposely try to catch me changing, but I feel invaded. I don't know why, or like exposed, or like, I just need that to be my private time where like I'm changing and I'm like, you know, kind of having my private moment.
Yeah, me too.
I do not like being walked in on if I didn't invite it.
Right.
But, you know, when it comes to, oh, we're having sex now, that like I am like all 100%
wait.
out
So
there.
I have a question. Let's say like he got out of the shower and you're changing in the room. You know he's in the house. You still feel weird if he just walks in?
Yeah. Wait, he got out of the shower?
So let's say he just got out of the shower and you're like changing and he caught you naked. Like,
Yeah, I yell at him to not come in.
what?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, because it's not because like, oh, I don't want him to see me naked, but it's just those are the times where I'm judging myself or like self-assessing myself, where like I just got out of the shower and I'm like, I feel a little bloated today or like whatever, and I'm kind of like processing my own like self-esteem or
That's
self-image.
exactly what it is
and
for me.
I don't like someone walking in on me when I haven't
You're not
built
ready.
my confidence back up yet.
Yeah.
And so that was me during sex in our early years. Like I was wanting to have sex, wanting to be in the present moment, but I couldn't get the fuck out of my own head.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get out of my own insecurity.
Plus, early 20s is like that in
Yeah, early
general.
20s
I
is
feel
tough.
like you're getting judged by society. Like they're treating you like a sexual object all the time because they're like you're young 20s, and then you're like expected to want to be sexy.
Right.
I felt a tremendous amount of pressure to have to project that, like they were telling me to, that especially in the industry, in the entertainment industry, the roles that I was getting sent out for. I actually had to take a pole dancing class, and I've mentioned this before, because I was so like not confident in my sexuality at all, and I was raised really religious, and so I took that pole dancing class, and it completely liberated me, where I was like feeling myself. I had never experienced that sort of like my own sexuality, like owning that before, and that was really important.
For sure. It's super important.
And I think it all comes down to the way in which you think of your body, right? So I don't relate to that, but I'm thinking about it and it's like, well, I think I look good. Like I love my body. I genuinely am proud of it. Like I can I mean, I don't know about naked, but I can stand in front of you guys in like a bikini and be like, oh, I'm fine with it. Like,
yeah.
So I think it may be, and the reason why I love my body is because of the work I've put into it. You know, obviously in the gym, I've gotten my boobs done. I have made sure that I like this piece of work that
Can I
I've
ask you a
done.
question?
Yeah.
Do you change your mind on a daily basis on how you feel about your body?
No, it's pretty
Yeah.
consistent. I love my body.
I think that's the thing.
Yeah.
You're consistent in your views of yourself, where
Yeah.
I'm not consistent at all.
Yeah.
And I also like struggle with depression. And so if I just came out of a spout where like I couldn't even barely get out of bed, I have not been taking care of myself, like I haven't been able to work out, or maybe I haven't even taken a shower in a few days, I feel gross. And it feels like, even if he doesn't see me as physically gross, I feel disgusting.
Exactly.
And when I look in the mirror, I only see disgust.
So what do you think it would take for you to feel like I love my body?
Yeah, so that's kind of the process that I go through when I get out of the shower or when I'm like naked, where I'm like, hey, I love you, because I had to go through a lot of like that kind of work. And I'm, for the most part, like can get there, but if I'm having an off day, like I have to go through it on my own. Like he can't just walk in on me randomly,
like do the prep
when
work.
I'm naked. Yeah, because I'm trying to build myself back up again, where I'm like, hey, I love me. Like I love this body.
Would you ever be open to the idea of helping him, or him helping you build you back up? You know, like, because obviously he's your partner, you chose him and you love him and you trust him, and you know he would never disrespect you or your body, regardless of how down you were.
That, but also like if he walks in, he's turned on and I'm not in the mood. I'm like trying to.
Yeah, we go back to the whole thing where guys see it and they're
exactly.
like, yeah.
I'm like, no, I don't want to be touched right now.
Yeah.
I want to be like, I want to get used to myself in this private moment.
Yeah,
That's
and then
valid.
for me, like having him build me up, like it's like a separate thing. Like I'm like, this is
a
work
different
I gotta
kind
do.
of- yeah.
Like this is like my shit. I gotta figure this out. And you trying to help. It's like, it's kind of like when they're trying to solve your problems.
Yeah.
Where it's like, no, this isn't
Like
what
I don't need you to tell me that I'm beautiful. I don't need that
No.
right now. Like I just need to like be okay with me and assess where I'm at right now with myself. And this is just kind of like a me moment. Like I can't have
Exactly.
you interrupting it.
Yeah.
But on top of that, Steve's a never nude, so I never see him coming out of the shower
That's
either.
funny.
Like I don't catch him naked randomly. I've like hardly ever seen him naked.
Never knew. It's so funny.
Yeah. He always has boxers on.
I picture him with the jean shorts from Arrested
Exactly
Development.
same. So he always
the
has
shower?
boxers on. Yeah. Even during sex, they have to
His
have
briefs,
boxers
yeah.
on.
There's
so
been a
funny.
few times where I'm like, let's do a full naked, but like it's not.
Do you never shower together?
No, I mean we have before, but I like hot ass showers, and he's a little baby. Like he needs like a lukewarm ass shower.
me.
I'm like,
Casey would like,
the fuck is
hot,
this?
And I'm like, practically
like I'm
cold.
freezing here.
I like hot showers.
It's healthier for your skin.
Yeah, see,
Well,
and your blood flow. I feel
No.
like I don't have good blood flow.
Hot water is bad for your skin.
Oh, it's bad for your.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were telling me I was right.
No, I'm backing Steve up.
Oh,
Because I'm
shit.
like, because I'm the lukewarm bitch.
Oh, you
So
are.
I'm like,
I thought you were backing my side.
no,
Fuck you.
Casey's the hot water.
You're wrong.
No,
I
you're
need
wrong.
hot water. I need hot water. They
Yeah.
say that the reason why women love hot showers because it reminds them of home because they're Satan.
True.
That's funny.
See no lies.
Yeah, exactly. My showers are scalding hot.
Yeah, I feel like I just am always cold. I'm a cold person.
Yeah.
My extremities are always ice
Dude,
cold.
I'm always a cold person too.
But what the fuck is
so
wrong
then
with you?
extreme hot is like, what the fuck is that?
Oh, I feel like I'm thawing out.
No, for me, I can't take it. I'm a little bitch. Anyway,
Stacey doesn't really know about the whole pillow thing.
What's the pillow
This is
thing?
like old school Tiffany K story.
yeah.
I don't really know much about the pillow thing, to be honest.
What's the pillow
Okay,
thing?
well,
Send it.
so yeah, so the whole pillow thing though, it's because like, I mean, what I said is like, I would slow, like it just evolved, like our sex life kind of evolved where like I would cut, like one time I just moved the pillow over his face and I'm like, oh shit, that's the solution. I feel better now. I feel in it. And he liked it too. Like I forgot to mention that years ago, but he was fucking into it. He liked it. And I'm like, all right, cool. Cause then he'd even
It
grab
just
the pillow.
sounds funny.
He'd even grab the pillow sometimes too. So it's just like, hell yeah, and like he was just like it was like a
Yeah.
oh, he's saying that
I get
it
that.
was kinky that he thought I was trying to suffocate him.
You go with it. You're
Yeah.
like, sure.
So then it was like it just became a part of our sex life for some time.
Fuck anyone that judges that.
So then, I shared that and I got hella judged. But the thing that really bothered me the most, it's like, I didn't know how to properly express the reason why that even happened. And I just felt so misunderstood and it was hurtful too.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, they're like ridiculing me for something. Like they're just like poor Casey, hashtag poor Casey, like all the time, hashtag poor
That's
Casey.
a private moment that you're sharing with everybody
Exactly,
to
and then
help
they-
relate to other people.
And then they just use it against me as a
I
weapon.
hate that shit.
I mean,
So-
these are
and
also
then
like 16-year-olds
Yeah.
who've never touched anyone before.
who only
Yeah.
watch porn and think that that's the only way that anything should be done.
Yes. And so it was really frustrating. And
Okay, switch
that's
it
why
around.
like the hashtag was a trigger thing for me. So you're like, bring the hashtag back. And I'm like, motherfucker.
Switch it around.
No.
With girls that like to be choked, is that that like save Gina because she likes to be choked?
Exactly.
Hashtag save Gina.
Fuck. She
Yeah. Well,
likes
they don't
it.
know your man.
I
So
don't
they-
want to be saved.
so they're not going to attack your man.
Let me die.
Yeah. But like, and then also that's just so insulting to Casey. Like, what the fuck? Like, you don't think,
Yeah, that he
whatever.
couldn't stand up
Right?
for himself.
Yeah.
Like if he didn't
It was
like
consensual.
Yeah. So like
That's
that's
consensual.
a trigger. Like that pillow part of my fucking life that I shared, like it's triggering.
Wait, so you guys don't do it anymore?
Oh, no, because, well, that was kind of part of it. I'm just like, yeah, I guess this is horrible. Oh my God, I'm such a horrible person.
Oh no!
Poor
So
Casey.
reintroduce guilt
Holy
into
fuck.
it.
He's
Yeah.
grabbing the pillow and putting it on himself.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious. I never heard that part before.
Gina knows who's gonna choke herself out. You're like,
She's
move.
Stop!
But yeah, like, I guess it really did affect our fucking sex life, these fucking comments. And it wasn't just on the internet, okay? It was in person too. So I'm like,
People bring that up in person?
What?
yes.
What kind of socially dumbass would do that?
Well, we know socially dumbass people.
Oh my
So it's just
God.
like, like it was just really hard to deal with because I'm like, wait, I didn't explain it. I feel misunderstood.
Yeah.
I'm being shamed for this shit. Poor Casey. Well, I don't want to be fucking
Like you're an
abusing
abuser.
my
Yeah.
boyfriend. Like, holy shit, let me not do this anymore. So I had to like work through like having that solution not be a solution anymore, and then me learning, and then also like with the progression of our relationship, and like I got more comfortable with him, so it wasn't like my self-conscious body image issues weren't as big of a deal anymore because we had already been together for a while. Whatever, it eventually that faded out, but fucking hate the hashtag save Casey. Like,
Yeah, that sucks.
Hashtag
dude.
Casey was doing it to himself.
Yeah. Hashtag
It was
Casey.
Save
Consensual
Casey from Casey.
Casey loves pillows. Why do you think we have someone here? It was his idea. It's a weird kid.
He
has
loves pillows.
He has a pillow tattooed on him.
stupid.
What do you think's in their baby registry?
That's weird.
Now
They
I know
want to
every
make more
time.
babies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every time I come over to your house, if I see something, a bed or a corner with a lot of pillows, I'm avoiding that shit.
Dude, we have a lot of pillows all over the house. Actually, my garage is filled with pillows.
There you go.
No, they do it in the garage.
Wow, they are shameful.
And
been
also,
years.
though, it's never good to shame anybody for their sexual preferences.
Exactly.
You can't kink shame. That's a thing. You don't
Yeah.
kink
Unless
shame
you're
anybody.
harming someone and it's
Right.
Against their will.
Not
Yes.
consensually.
Actually,
right.
yeah, because I'm like, I fucking like the choking thing too, but my windpipe was getting crushed.
Yeah.
Not doing it right. You squeeze on the side.
I don't
Yeah,
like
but
I don't like the
fine.
choking because it crushes windpipe, but I do like my mouth being completely covered and where like because I like to make noise, but if they force me not to make noise,
What if they grab a pillow and fucking
What if they grab it
as long as I can
themselves?
breathe still, like I'm
It's a
okay.
breathable pillow.
Yeah. As long as their hand is below my nostrils.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up.
Hope you learned a lot. You're not alone out there. There's a lot of people getting
Yeah.
interrupted mentally with sex.
So
just get
normal.
a dick that fucks your thoughts out.
Completely normal. It's something we all go through as women and men as well.
And apparently no farting.
Yeah.
No farting.
Yeah. I recommend it. Highly recommend it.
Me too.
Yeah. And make sure to follow Stacey. You can find her links in the description down below to her channel. You can check out her beautiful jewelry line.
Thank you.
And everything she's working on. And
We love
that's
you.
it. I love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.